If you allow yourself to get sucked into the doom scrolling and the anxiety of what's going on a national or global level, and then wonder why a month later, 6 months later, you don't have the pipeline, you don't have the activity, you don't have the revenue stream that you believe you should have, and you're in a cause for that, I would look back 30, 60, 90 days as to what you were doing that caused your own actions to not have what you said you thought you should have. Welcome back to the Catalyst Podcast. I'm your host, Sonia Pedowick, and today we're going to talk about the entrepreneur mindset. I love chatting about this because I think there's a lot of misconceptions that like everyone, including myself, has all your shit together or all my shit together, and that we come in and to work and that it's all like dialed in. And I'm here to tell you that it takes a lot of work to have the right mindset every single day, and that it's really all about having the right focus and intention and really being in the work every day. I recently actually went to a graduation of one of my employees of some personal development work, and I was asked why I continue to enroll people in this seminar work called Sci Seminars. It's about personal development, professional development. The lady, Jennifer, who runs Sci Seminars here locally, was like, gosh, you've enrolled 30 plus people into the work. Why do you continue to do it? And I thought it was a really appropriate question because I do it because I want to keep surrounding myself with people who are in the work as a constant reminder that just because you take a class, just because you read a book, doesn't all of a sudden be like, oh, I've got this. I'm now evolved. I've now arrived on this sort of like mountain or peak of entrepreneurship, and I've won some medal and I've got it dialed in. What I said to the class is that it's really important to me that I surround myself. You are a product of the 5 people that you surround yourself with, that it's important to me to keep building that tribe of people who are in the work as a reminder that there's still always more work to be done. And so for me, the entrepreneurial mindset has to do with what I set my intentions on. And sometimes those are daily intentions, weekly intentions, monthly intentions. What am I focused on doing? And I believe where your energy goes, your mind flows. And really in the world today, there are so many distractions, right? If we just think politically, socially, we're bombarded more today than we were as children, that we were as growing up as teenagers. And if we think of what our kids are exposed to, it's constantly coming at us, the fear, the anxiety of it all. Everything is just coming at us daily, constantly, by the minute. I know I have to at times just silence my phone because there's a constant thread of doom and gloom of what's going on in the stock market, in business, on the jobs market, what's happening with business. And I have to be very intentional to say, what can I control? What is this about me, about my business, about the goals that I have set forth for myself, for my family, for the community that I'm building? Because it can be very easy to get sucked into what a friend recently called doom scrolling, right? Like you can just pick up your phone, someone sends a meme or an article link and you read it and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so interesting. But then before you know it, you're like doom scrolling the heck out of your phone. And all of a sudden, whatever it was that you said, I'm going to make these 5 phone calls, these 20 sales calls, I'm going to do these follow-ups, I'm going to edit these reels, I'm going to do whatever it is, close these accounts, whatever it was that you said you were going to do is now superseded by the doom scrolling of what you think is going on in the world today that you think somehow impacts you or that you now have control over, right? And so it's very important to figure out what is the mindset that I want to have as a business owner. That I think is a very personal, individual choice. I want to be in control of what I can control, what the decisions I want to make for myself. And it's very easy to get sucked into all of these different things. Right now, as a parent in the world of someone who's going off to college, there's so many changes that are happening. Programs are closing, schools are making changes every day. And I have, a circle of friends that are even having the conversation, like, do I even send my kid off to school? What if they want to study abroad? Well, what if? Like my anxiety or my choices of what I want to focus on, I can't pass that on to my kid who's about to embark on the 4 years of their life and the choices that they want to make. So being aware of what's going on in the world and educated, and then choosing how I want to react to it is very different than being stuck in sort of a loop of I'm being in cause of those things that are happening out of there that I really don't have control over. I think there's a fine line of this is all happening in the world. I either do or don't have control over it. What do I have control over? How can I affect change in my world, in my business, in my community, in my family? And how can I be very intentional in the entrepreneurial mindset that I have for the people that I'm working with, for the business that I'm trying to drive, for the community that I'm trying to affect? And that is not only a daily, but sometimes an hourly decision that I have to make. And so it's the things that I think a business owner, leader can do is make conscious decisions to turn off notifications, to decide what parts of the day they're going to engage in social media, to engage in those conversations, and or not engage in them at all. I have friends who have just, whether it's for Lent or for the month of April or for the quarter, have just said, I'm not partaking in any of that at all because no shit, no kidding. I have goals that I need to commit to, and I commend those individuals. Make that choice for yourself. Have an accountability partner that can help you along with that. I love that. Do that for you, but make that choice. And I think having an accountability partner to hold you to that is amazing. And then stick to that, because if you allow yourself to get sucked into the doom scrolling and the anxiety of what's going on a national or global level, and then wonder why a month later, 6 months later, you don't have the pipeline, you don't have the activity, you don't have the revenue stream that you believe you should have, and you're in a cause for that, I would look back 30, 60, 90 days as to what you were doing that caused your own actions to not have what you said you thought you should have. And being in a group like a mastermind where you can declare the things that you want, where you can declare the things that you don't want to have, and you can talk about your fears openly, you could talk about your anxiety openly, but more importantly, talk about the things that you want to have in your personal life, in your business, and in your community, and have those people, whether you can have a competition around it, a contest around it, or even just some accountability around it, have those individuals help you with that, can be really supportive and can really hold your feet to the fire to really help you stay in the right mindset towards productivity and helping you win at the game of life and the game of business that you want for yourself. If you like what you saw today on the Catalyst podcast, make sure you subscribe to our show, like it, and share it with someone who you think might also find value.